Okay, hello. I'd like to go ahead and describe the best test-taking strategy for our course. So let's go ahead and see some of the basic facts of the course and the test. Notice that we break things up into C-type questions on the test, and that accounts for about 70% of the questions. We also have about 30% of the questions that are being A-type questions, and of course that would include the take-home A-type question as well. Now, when you actually take the test, your primary focus has to be able to complete the C-type questions. You have to be able to focus on the C-type questions and be able to complete them. Now, it is only after that that you really want to attempt the A-type questions. Now, what is the reason for that? Well, when we talk about the C-type questions, 70% of the test questions are C-type questions, so you want to focus on the bulk of the test. In addition to that, the C-type questions are the basic questions that you need to answer in order to understand the chapter that we're covering. So, even through the process of learning the material with the videos and the way that we structure the class time, all of that is really focusing on making sure that you can understand how to do all the C-type questions. The first 15 minutes in class, of course, we want to hopefully move a little bit further and talk about the A-type questions because those are also very important. But the basic focus has to be on those C-type questions because those are absolutely essential. And that's what you really need to focus on during the test. Now, of course, what you need to think about as well is that if you just focus all of your attention on the C-type questions, and even when you take the test, you just do the C-type questions, you don't even look at the A-type questions, and you can guarantee that you have the majority, or let's just say all of the C-type questions correct, then you can pretty much be sure that you're going to get a C. Now, of course, we have the process of corrections, so via the corrections, you can actually raise your answer to a B, or raise your grade to a B. Now, why is that important as well? Well, when you think about it, if you get a C, that means that you've completed about 70%. At least 70% of the test is pretty much completed and done correctly. After that, with the corrections, there's possibly about another 30% that you need to focus on, and that's manageable. Now, say, for example, if you don't focus on the C-type questions and you try to do the A-type questions, let's say, for example, that you get possibly a D or an F because you were not able to do many of the C-type questions. Even via the corrections, you're only going to be able to get a C. And if you think about what this represents, you don't know enough about this information. You probably didn't do very well on this either. So that means now you have basically more than 30%, possibly 40, maybe even 50% of the test that you need to do now via the corrections to raise your grade from a D to a C. Now, when you think about how much time and effort that takes, that is an inefficient way of getting a C grade as opposed to just focusing on the C-type questions, which are the basic and essential knowledge that you need to know. Get that first, and then via the corrections, focus on a less amount of questions, more difficult questions albeit, but less amount of questions to be able to actually get a higher grade. So, when you're actually thinking about the test and how to approach the test, it's going to be very important that you consider how you should focus and put your energy into the preparation for the test. And of course, the course and the way that I set up the homework, the way that we actually run the daily class lessons, everything is focusing on the C-type questions and making sure that you understand how to do the C-type questions. Focus on that, and I guarantee you, you'll be using your time much more effectively, much more efficiently, and you have better results. Okay, so please go ahead and take that information, digest it, consider it, and approach the test in a way that you feel would give you the best results. All right, thank you very much.